What's going on, everybody? It's Malik Thomason of Legacy Bullz. I want to talk to y'all today about the cost of breeding your female. Let's get into it. Now, all these numbers will differ. No situation or no person will have the exact numbers as the next man or the man before him. So these are all estimates and these are all hypothetical situations. But let's get into the cost of breeding your female. So first of all, if you do want to go into breeding an American Bully, specifically talking about XLs here, you need a female. So we're going to go, the first cost would be your female, right? And whether you get her as an adult, whether you get her as a puppy, you're looking to spend between $2,000 and, depending on how serious you are in your pockets, and between $2,000 and $10,000. Let's just be transparent here. Let's just go with the sum of, let's say you spent $4,000 on your female, right? Right. So it is time to finally breed, and you need a stud. So there's two ways of going about it. You can go out and buy you a male and do that one time and stud them out however many times you'd like. Or you could go and pay someone else for their stud and their services. So what they do, you give them an X amount of money, and then they will allow their male dog to breed to your female dog, and you get to keep the puppies, right? So let's say you find a stud you like, stud. And this stud costs, let's say his stud fee is $3,000, right? So there we are. We're $7,000 in the hole just off of dogs alone, correct? All right. So she's coming in the heat. You have to do these things called progesterone testing, otherwise known as PG tests. So these PG tests run from, depending on your vet, from probably $80 to $120. So in the course of a heat cycle, you'll probably need 2 to 4, maybe 5 PG tests. So let's just go with 3. So let's say we're gonna get 3 PG tests at $100, right? So 3 tests at $100 each. So we got $300 here. Well, I shouldn't go decimals. Got $300 here, right? So we got $4,000 into it, $3,000 for a stud, $300 just to show you when your female is ovulating and is ready to actually breed, correct? So before anything even takes place, you are $7,000, $7,300 in the hole so far, not including food, vet bills, anything of that nature before. We're just talking about what it took you to get a litter on the ground, right? So after your PG test, let's say your girl is in, it's time to, do the deal. People normally go AI or surgical, which means you go to the vet or have a person to know what they're doing, and they take the stud semen and insert it into your female at the proper time, so it increases your chances of her getting pregnant. So an AI or surgical normally costs, let's say, it depends. It'll vary. Like, all this stuff will vary. So it can cost you anywhere from $300 to $1,000, right? So let's just find a happy medium. Let's go 600. Let's go 600, right? Because in the case you do need to do multiple AIs, you normally do 2, right? Some people do 1, some people do 2, some people do 3. Like I said, it'll all depend. So you had $600 just to insert the semen properly into your female because you didn't do a natural tie. You want to increase your chances, right? And I'm not saying that these do increase your chances. This is just the norm nowadays in 2025, right? So you got your female, got your stud, got your PG test. You did the AI surgical. Now you have to wait 30 days, 31 days, 35 days to see if this was even successful. So after you did all of this, this is still not guaranteed. So it can still flop. Like all this doesn't translate to puppies, right? So let's just say best case scenario, she did take, right? She has puppies in there. She's confirmed with some puppies, all right? So fast forward another month later, it's time to do reverse PG test. So it's the same thing but backwards here, showing how far away she is from actually having the puppies, right? So we're gonna do some reverse PGs. And like I said, it all varies. Let's just go with the $100, right? $100, because it's an easy number to go by. Let's say you need 2 of these, right? So these will tell you exactly when those puppies are coming, right? Or when you can expect them. So, reverse PG's done. Your puppies are coming in 2 days. It's time to have the puppies. All right, let's go. 2 days later, puppies are here. How will the puppies get out? Okay, let's talk about it. So there's a few ways puppies can come out. C-section, if they are too big and the mom is not able to have them naturally, right? And then you also have a natural birth, which means the canal is big enough for each puppy to, come through naturally as nature intended. So let's just say you had to have a C-section because the canal wasn't big enough for the puppies, right? You wanted to stay on the safe side. You wanted to keep mama safe, even though it's a dangerous procedure regardless. You wanted to keep the puppies safe or give them the best chances to live. So let's just say you went C-section, right? C-section for your bully. It's going to cost you anywhere from $800 to $1,500, right? So let's just go 1,000, right? So C-section, boom, $1,000. You got your puppies out. They're all here. You have 7 puppies, right? Let's say you have 7. It took you all of this to get those 7 puppies out, correct? Correct. Now is the hard part. We have whelping. We have incubators. We have all of the above, puppy food, mush, all of this. So let's just go puppy supplies, right? Assuming you whelp your own puppies, we're not gonna put whelping on here. Let's just go puppy supplies, mush. Let's say some shots, first rounds of shots, weeks 1 through 8. Puppy pads, whelping boxes. Let's just go to be safe. Let's go 700, right? Not too big, not too small. Because some of the supplies you may already have. So 700 for the puppy supplies, weeks 1 through 8, right? Any reputable breeder is gonna get the shots. So let's say puppy shots, about $50 a pup. And you're gonna have about 2 sets of shots. You have 7 puppies. 2 sets of shots, $100 a pup. That's another 700, right? Puppy shots, another 700, right? All right. So after feeding the puppies, getting them shots, it's time to go home, right? Let's think about all of these factors, correct? And we're gonna take all of these factors and we're gonna get a nice total. Let's just add it up. We got $4,000 for the female. You paid to get her. Stud costed you $3,000. PG test costed you $300. AIR surgical costed you $600. Reverse PGs cost you $200. C-section costed you $1,000. Puppy supplies costed you $700, and then puppy shots costed you $700. That's $10,500 total to go into this breeding to get the puppies, right? So $10,500 to go into the breeding to get these puppies. You have 7 puppies. The cost of each puppy it took you to create them is $1,500 a puppy, right? So we're going to divide this by 7 equals $1,500 per pup. So you have people coming and try to lowball you on your $4,000, $5,000 puppy, talking about I have $1,500, I have $2,000. That's not gonna cut it, buddy. It's not gonna cut it. And these are just hypothetical numbers of a typical program. I won't say typical. Let's say mid to high tier program that's taking everything serious and trying to, do the things the right proper way and have the healthiest litter possible and keep mama healthy, keep the puppies healthy. And your cost was $1,500 per pup. So if you're selling those puppies at $4,000 minus 1,500, let's say you're profiting, because if you're in this, you're not profiting much. Let's say you're profiting 2,500 times 7 equals 17,500, right? So it took you 10 grand and 500 to profit 17 grand and 500, right? You seeing where this kind of is going? So before you make anything in this bully world, and this is just hypothetical numbers, like I'm saying, like this is just a hypothetical situation. Before you make anything in the bully world, it's gonna take you a lot more money than you think, right? I just broke down each category, and if you have your own stud already, you can wipe that out. But there's always gonna be costs. We're not even talking about food. We're not talking about emergency vet visits in general, pens, the upkeep and the taking care of each dog you may have. So out of this 17 grand, you might really only be profiting, let's say 5 grand out of this whole 17 grand after food for all the rest of your dogs, shots, and then just keeping some stuff stashed away just in case you need to spend it on emergency situations for your dogs, right? Or if you want to reinvest, you're gonna have to take a percentage of this away to reinvest. So people think, yeah, let's just buy a bunch of dogs and it's just a quick way to make money and a get rich quick scheme, and it's just not gonna be that way. But this is just a hypothetical situation. I wanted to get on here and just show you some numbers that are really going on out here in the bully world, so no one has you misconstrued. People always see the cost of puppies, and then you can multiply it by how many puppies, and you think, yeah, okay, this is easy money, profitable. Not very easy at all, and at the beginning stages, probably not very profitable at all. So if you don't have a passion for actually loving these dogs and actually creating and pushing the breed further, then it's probably not the best idea for you to get into the game, because profit margins like this, they're all right, but they're not the best for a business model. So I would say if you are breeding, let it be your passion and do your best to, push the breed further and keep dogs healthy and keep a good, name for the American bully. So yeah, appreciate you guys' time. Until next time.